PowerUp's structure has gone through a few changes in the past few days. It appears with the aim of making the game faster to play. The blinds have been changed as many players, including myself, have commented that PowerUp is a very slow game to play. These changes appear to be PokerStars' response to these criticisms. This article will be my opinion on how successful those changes have been. Firstly, the number of hands in a round of blinds has been changed, especially when it goes heads up. When the first player is eliminated, the number of hands in a round goes up from 5 to 6. It appears that the numbers PokerStars have collected have indicated that three-handed play is a lot slower than the two-handed heads-up portion of the game. That ties in with my personal experience of PowerUp. The game ran more slowly three-handed, which isn't really that surprising. Three players taking actions is obviously going to take more time than if two players are doing so. The blind structure has also moved a little. The game now starts at blinds of 50, 100 and moves through 6 other levels until it reaches 400, 800, which is a maximum blind level. This puts the average stacks at 20 big blinds when the game starts and at 30 big blinds if the game goes two-handed in the first level. As you can see from the screen, the average stack drops quickly as the blinds rise, which is probably designed to get players to play more aggressively and lower the average game time. Level 4 sees the big blind rise to 300 and the average stack size down to just 10 big blinds. This is where I see play is going to get very shove focused, and I also think this is going to see betting rounds where players are combining powers and shoving in a single round. The later rounds are going to apply a lot of pressure to players to shove or fold and go with more marginal hands. Now these changes will probably have an impact on game time. I've managed to play a few games with new structures so far, and it does seem to be a little bit quicker. I haven't played enough though to have any accuracy on this yet. Now, is this the right direction to speed up games? Now, I'm not a game designer or even a poker strategy expert, so I'm not sure how much weight my opinion has here. However, while I do think changing the blind structure will be important to finding that sweet spot for the game, I do think there are other options to help with the game speed, and I think PokerStars might want to look at those as well. Every moment a player is in the game of PowerUp needs to feel worthwhile. The time available for players to make decisions seems too long for me. Now I understand that the game is based on skill. This needs to be balanced against the experience of all the players. I think the time available for each action is around about 20 seconds, and that seems a little bit too long for me. If each action was limited to 10 seconds, and this also paused during power usage, it would have a much bigger impact on game length. It would also reduce the amount of time players were idle during the game as well. To offset this, the time bank could be increased to allow more time for difficult decisions, but I really don't think that should engage as a default. Players should have to make an active decision to extend the time available to them before they make an action. The longest downtime at the moment is when players are waiting for others to act, and this is often when a player has no decision to make and is only reminded to act by the software, normally ending in a check. In all, I think the new structure of PowerUp is a good step in the right direction, but I think there are other options that might offer solutions to the downtime we all encounter while playing. Obviously this is just my opinion, so if you have any thoughts please feel free to comment in below, and I look forward to reading your responses.